Hey, moms, listen, just like I promised, I have not let you down, right? And I won't let you down with this interview, this talk, as we are continuing the Pocketbook series, Moms and Money. I'm so excited for us because we get to hear from Tiffany Boozer, who is an accountant, a mom, and has a myriad of experiences related to, must I say it, the cuss word budget. Okay, maybe I should stop saying cuss word. Like I'm putting that energy out there, right? It's not a cuss word. It's a happy word, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and move us right along. I'm going to stop this share. I want you to see Tiffany and hear from her. Tiffany, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so I'm Tiffany. I am a CPA. I'm an accountant. I specialize on the audit side. So please don't ask me no tax questions out of pocket because I don't know. I can't help you. But I've been at Right Direction for about 12 years. So I've been around for a good little bit. And as I was saying before, I've been all over the budget spectrum from having a small budget to a medium budget to a much larger budget. So I kind of God has taken me from increase to increase to increase. So I definitely know different levels of budgeting and how that looks. So yeah, hopefully I can help and add some value.
Oh, I know you will. I absolutely know you will. So are you employed? Are you an entrepreneur? Like do you work for an agency? How does your
Uh,
profession impact others?
Yeah, so I work for an accounting firm. So we generally, when if you work for a company and you have those auditors coming in and all of your business and asking you for this, asking you for that, that would be me. So I specialize in financial audits for nonprofits, construction, insurance, captive insurance. So all sorts of industries, but I'm auditing and getting all in the business and the details.
All in the business. So we love auditors, right? Hearts to the auditors. But nonetheless, you are well aware of keeping an account of how money is spent, how funds are allocated, and all of that. And I think that's kind of where we want to lean into your insight. Because as moms, I'm sure we probably are super talented in making a dollar stretch, um,
Mm-hmm,
finding a way to make ends meet,
mm-hmm.
But we also are hearing from our bishop and Dr. Marcia, um, right here, right direction, that we have to put first things first, and have our financial priorities in order. So, if you can you describe what having a kingdom minded spending plan or budget means to you?
Um, Well, having a kingdom minded spending plan, step one, and Pastor was even touching on it today during offering. It is imperative that your tithes and your offering are first things first. Like I can't express to you enough the importance of seed. Like you have to have seed in the ground. That your tithe, your offering should not be an afterthought. It has to be first because again, if you sow all the time, you can reap anytime, right? So if you have seed in the ground, God can work with seed in the ground. So you step one, kingdom budget. You gotta have that tithe in there. You gotta have your offering in there, and that's one thing I have consistently done for 12 years. Like I don't miss my tithes. I don't miss my offerings. It's there. So that gotta be first. Because I probably couldn't be able to say to you that I've seen nothing but increase in my life from the time I walked into Right Direction to now. Increase, increase, increase. I can't say that that would have been the case had I not prioritized my offering, my tithes. So that's step one. And step two is just having a plan for where you're trying to go. Like you got to have a destination in mind. If you don't have a destination in mind, you're on a first class trip to nowhere. So you just long between tithing and doing your offering and just having where you're trying to go in mind. I think those are the main two things for a kingdom spending plan.
That's so good. Okay, so when you think of destination, like when you say destination in mind, a plan in place, what could be some destinations that moms would be considering in their financial future?
Okay, so for example, I'm talking about me. One of the things starting out early on was, hey, I want to buy a house. So one of my destinations was, hey, I got to have money for a down payment. Not only that, before I even get to that point, it's stuff on my credit I need to get paid off. So destination number one was, let me get this stuff off my credit. Let me make sure I have, putting money aside to get my credit squared away. And then, okay, now let me start working toward a down payment so I could be able to put down on a house. So that those are just an example of what I've had in mind of a plan. And even also having savings goal. When you have kids and you have family, or if you don't, you need a savings goal. So even a savings goal. Early on, my daughter, I have a a college fund for her. How much do you want to put in that in a year's time? I'm a single parent. I just can't be out here making all kind of random decisions when I got to get a kid through school at some point. So whatever your goals are, or maybe you trying to save to get a car, maybe you need a new car. Um, have a plan, and maybe that might include, hey, I got to get my credit dealt with. Okay, well, you need a plan. So having that, like Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind. That's all that is. Where are you trying to go?
That's so good. Okay. So on top of mothering, um, you are really describing in a practical way that we need to have a destination in mind. And in most cases, that is including what are we doing for our kids?
Yeah,
Are they college bound? Maybe they're not going to college. Well,
maybe not.
maybe not.
Maybe not.
But maybe they are. And if they are, the ideal is that we could do it debt free.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bishop was talking just today,
Mm-hmm.
just in general about, debt being a burden, and that's not necessarily something a yoke that we want to put on our necks. If
Exactly.
possible, there's a way, a strategy if God tells us to go that route,
Mm-hmm.
because he can accelerate it, he can take care of it because it was his plan or his,
Right.
God, divine
His
wisdom.
will, his bill, right?
Right. Exactly. His will, his bill. So this is so good. Moms, we got to have a plan. Clearly, that's what Tiffany's telling us. So you don't be out here just like, I don't know, maybe not. I shouldn't. Maybe I should. No, we need to know where we're going and what we need to help take care of our kids. This is so good. Okay. What advice would you give a mom struggling financially right
We're gonna go back to the main word on why we're here today, the budget. The main advice I would give the mom that is struggling is the budget. You need to know how much is coming in, how much is going out, and you need to calculate that all the way down. Some people say to the penny. I'm not really about that life. At least down to about a good $20.
now?
You need to budget that thing all the way down. And in, in the budget, I don't know if we're gonna get to this a little later, but one of the things early on that I realized that was of importance, because when you got smaller kids, every store they go in, they're gonna want something. They're gonna want something. Oh, I want this, I want that. And so if you don't kind of get your kids involved in the budget, and I'm gonna come back around to that in a second. If you don't get your kids involved in kind of thinking a little bit about budget, you kind of doing them a disservice in a way, because now they won't know how to manage money when they are of age, and they won't have the concept of money. And what I mean by that was, back when I had a really tight budget, I would have entertainment and miscellaneous on my budget. These are the two items I'm going to talk about with my daughter. We have our little bi-weekly meeting. Hey, what are we putting in here? So we're going to put money in here. Let's just say $30. This is so we can do something fun. So think about it real good, what you want to do with this $30. You want to go to a movie, you want to go out to eat, you want to get some ice cream. Let them be a part of the budgeting process in terms of, this is your $30. How you want to work this out so we can have something fun to do. And my daughter she would really get excited about it. She loved that part of the budget because now she's thinking about, oh, I don't want to go to the movie. Okay, nah. Because then if I go to the movies, I'll get popcorn and I won't have, and I kind of want some ice cream afterwards. So how about we get a movie and then we get some snacks and then we still go get ice cream. So it really caused her to start thinking about, how can I do this in a manageable way? So it's getting her involved in the budget. So she's not nickel and diming me every time we go in the store, because it's like, you have your budget line item.
Right.
So you wanna pull that out of that? How do you wanna do that? So get your kids involved. It'll save you a lot of money at the end of the day. And another thing I would add to the budget piece is meal planning. That was a huge deal because a lot of your miscellaneous spending probably comes from you just grabbing something to eat. So, and that'll add up. So what we did when the budget was smaller, I had a menu. I got paid every 2 weeks. I had a menu up on my fridge that I make for every 2 weeks, and this was what we had for dinner for those 2 weeks. And I cook maybe 3 times a week, and we'll eat leftovers that day, and then we'll cook, and then we'll do leftovers. But meal planning was a huge money saver to keep my budget in order for, like, so I won't have a lot of miscellaneous spending. So those are two ways to, if the budget is tight, that'll help you out a whole lot. Plan that meal. I know it's aggravating. Plan that meal out, and you'll know what you're going to get in the store. Stay on track when you get in the store and follow through.
That's so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you have your daughter now is how old?
She's 16.
She's 16. Okay, so you started early enough for the conversation, for that entertainment, because that, you're right. Them kids going to the store, and these stores know what they're doing. They put all the stuff at their level. They can see, like, mommy, I need it, but I gotta have it. I was dreaming about this last night.
They will. They will. It was such a hit. Like, so again, this is how I live. The budgeting was such a hit that when my niece and nephew would come over to our house, and they from out of town, when they would come to town, even when they come for the weekend, I'm like, okay, so I know kids want a bunch of junk food or whatever, and I'll tell them, between the three of y'all got a budget of $40. I'm gonna take y'all to the grocery store. Y'all can junk out with the $40. And it became such a thing that my niece, when she was younger, she would come to my house. She was like, "Until, can we go to the store on a budget? Can we go to the store on a budget?" Like, it became something that was so
enjoyable.
Would just take them to the store. I wouldn't even get out the car. Y'all go in the store, be like little adults, decide what you're gonna buy with your little $40. I'm not coming in to save the day. So if you go over, you need to start taking stuff off. So a lot of times you would hear them back there plotting and planning. So we should get this, but we can't get that because it's gonna go over. And so we should do this. And if we get it like this, we can split it. See, it became a whole hit. They loved it.
It's exciting, and it's reminded me of my own father's teaching my sister and I how to budget and go to the grocery store. And actually, he was like, "This is your task for the month. You got to go buy some groceries. You got to make sure we get what we need, and you're gonna pay for it. And if you go over,
take stuff off."
Right. So we went to calculator with the cart, like, "Oh, please, we don't want to go over at the register." Trying to calculate. So this is really good practical stuff that gets our kids involved, and probably really just kind of lightens that load and what may feel very daunting to have to put parameters on our spending. But if you're in a position where you probably got more month than money, then this is definitely important. And the thing is, God can accelerate and even fill in the gaps, especially when we put in first things first.
Absolutely. Quick story with just that. One time we had in the budget to go out to eat on a Friday night. So we went out to eat somewhere in Sand Hill. Me and my daughter. It was just enough budget for us to eat out, and we going home. And then we ain't doing nothing else. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna go home. And I remember us going to this restaurant. We ended up sitting outdoors. And just this random time, we were like, randomly, I was like, "Lord, you can have a seat with us and have dinner with us." It was just something random. I was like, "Lord, have a seat and have dinner with us." So we sitting out there eating dinner. It's time for the check. We go to get the check, and the waitress comes out, and she's like, "Y'all don't have a check. You saw those military folks that were sitting over there earlier? They paid for your stuff. So good night. And I was like, what the what? I was like, some random time I invited God to sit down at the table and he was like, I'll take the check.
Oh my girl, I'm in tears just thinking about just the idea of inviting God.
We can get ice cream.
God was like, it's on me, boo. I got it.
He was like, it's on me. So just to what you said, well, you just do your natural. God will make up that supernatural. You don't know who he gonna use to do what. I mean, just do your part. Do your part.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Yep. I think, man, okay. This is good. This is
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, I can't really move past that. Like I just think about just the invitation, inviting God, like what felt like, come on, Holy Spirit, God, just
Have dinner with us.
have dinner, have dinner. Really was.
Thank you for letting us be out today. And it was like, oh, I got to check. Don't worry. Oh my daughter has never forgotten that experience. It was so like, we need to tell him to come to dinner every day.
Like, no. He's got him more than enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Oh, anyway, okay. All right, so that moms again are inspired to be fiscally responsible, put their first things first. Can you offer some helpful tools, resources, maybe apps, books, or something that can really empower us to plan, save, sow, and spend? What do you say?
I wish I had some groundbreaking information for you. I wish I had something awesome and just like, yeah, this the app. Yeah. No, pencil and paper. Some good old pencil and paper or an Excel sheet. That's how, even now, that's how I budget. And further back, I was even more old school and used a check register. Oh, I'm writing down what I'm spending my money on. But now I just use my Excel sheet. But I really don't have anything groundbreaking other than pencil and paper, calculator.
You just see me the other day.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time finding a piece of paper and a pencil. So I'm over here like, wait, what?
Yep. Excel. Okay. You got Excel sheets on you got Excel on your phone now. So
you're right.
You in the game.
We in the game. We have all the tools that we need, is what you're saying.
Basically, I literally have in an Excel document. I have all of my bills. I have a little check box that I put next to them, and I got January, February, all the way through December. And what I do when I pay my bills, I just go ahead and check them off. It got my balance at the bottom already. I just key in what my monthly amount is. I already have my savings. I already got my tithe. Everything's already on there. So all I do is, oh, how much I got left this month to do what with. Oh, that is it. A good old Excel sheet will save the day.
Will save the day. Okay. And now that you brought it up, it's actually, you're right, on our phones. We could put it on our phones.
Mm-hmm. You put it on your phone, and I open up my same Google Drive document every month, and it's got my whole setup on there.
All right. So there's no excuses, moms. We really could take an account of all that we bring in, all that goes out.
Yep.
And make the adjustments accordingly.
It's really that simple. It's just not groundbreaking. But I will add in there, and I know some of your gurus, they don't really tell you this, but have milestones, because you don't want to have some big giant goal and you don't have any milestones. So I'm big on a quarterly evaluation of where you at, and then a reward. What's going to be your reward for yourself? So if it's, hey, I'm saving $100 a month for the next 3 months, well, you're going to check in with yourself quarterly, but also when I meet the goal, what's going to be your reward? Go ahead and write it down. And you need to follow through and reward yourself accordingly when you get there. So I don't think you should just be living a disciplined life forever and then you don't get any kind of reward out of it. So definitely reward yourself.
That's good. Because it feels very like, okay, we've got to be disciplined and rigid and even have to tell not just ourselves no, but our kids no,
Yep.
at times, or not yet, if that feels a little bit better, just say, no, not yet. We're working
Yeah.
on some things. But this has been super practical, very
Yeah.
inspiring. Thank you
Hey,
so much, Tiffany. We are, man.
for having me.
All right. So listen, y'all, we are keeping the conversation going. Please know that in all of our topics really do fall under a couple of our headings. Hold on, I'm trying to get there. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are the areas include creating a kingdom first spending plan. If you are inspired and God is enlarging your territory, maybe you are considering becoming a mompreneur. And then, of course, other ways to save money using some apps and some perks. So I am so delighted. Thanks again, Tiffany, for sharing your wisdom and your insight with us.
You're
We will have her contact information right below if you want to reach out and just ask a question because you dropped some nuggets and gave us an action plan that we may just want to chat with you.
I don't have much social media other than Facebook, so I will respond if
Okay,
you message, but I'm very anti social media ish. But
got
I'm
it.
fine. I'm findable.
Okay, we can find you. All right. Thanks again, Tip.
Thank you. Have a good one.